My name is Ruth Moran, or Moran as you would say in America, and I'm the Publicity and Communications Officer for Tourism Ireland, and I'm based in the New York office. I'm joined this evening by my colleague Bernard McMullen, and we're delighted to give you all, as I said, the very warmest of welcomes. Tourism Ireland is an organisation that promotes the island of Ireland, and our job is to let everybody here in the United States know what a great vacation and golf destination Ireland is. But we couldn't possibly do that on our own. And our reception is our opportunity to say a very special thank you to each and every one of you, because as I look around, I see familiar, friendly faces, and you've all done some great service to Ireland. You've covered us, you've written about us, you've visited, and you've brought your friends and your colleagues along too, and we really appreciate that. So we have done this at reception every year to say our very, very special thank you. You've all become tourism ambassadors, honorary Irish tourism ambassadors, and we really appreciate all that you do. We have some other wonderful colleagues here who are all the way from Ireland, who are our Irish tourism ambassadors, and I'd just like to mention their names, and please forgive me if I forget anybody. Our Consul General, Paul Geeson, is visiting from Atlanta. Paul is based in Atlanta. And thank you, Paul, for your continued enthusiasm and energy. God bless you. I don't know how you get around to all the southern states, but you're doing a fantastic job. Thank you. We're also joined by Roddy Carr and Stephen Lyons from Carr Golf. And again, that's a name that you'll all recognise. Roddy was telling me this evening that his father was the first Irish member who joined Augusta National. So that was 1957. 67 was the first time that Roddy was there. And I mentioned to him he must have been a babe in arms at that stage. We're also joined this evening by Oliver McCann, who's the captain of Druids Glen. You're very welcome. And no Irish party would ever be complete without Loyal and Alan Goulding. And you're extremely welcome. 40 years coming to Augusta, I think, Loyal, and thank you so much again for all that you do for Irish tourism. Now, 2013 was such a fantastic year for tourism to Ireland. We had over 1 million visitors, and they spent over $1 billion. All your bonus checks will be in the mail. We had a little event last year that we called The Gathering, and I know you heard us talk about it from the steps here. The Gathering really was a grassroots, community-led event that gave people the opportunity. We have 42 million Americans who claim Irish ancestry. 42 million. We'd be happy for a little percentage of that. Last year we got it. But the whole thing about Ireland is the connections that you make, the friendships that you make, the people that you meet along the way. The warmest of welcomes. We don't say Céad Míle Fáilte lightly. We mean it. We don't like Americans in Ireland. We love them. So if you're writing for your audience, you can rest assured that we are going to give them the very best vacation experience of their lives. We have a satisfaction rating of 96%. When we talk to folks going on vacation, and we call them when they come back, they allow us to call them after the vacation, they have such great memories, such wonderful things that they've experienced. I'd like to mention John Garrity this evening. John brought 13 of your colleagues to Ireland last year. He had his own gathering in Ireland. I'm still waiting to hear all the true stories. But your secrets are safe, just tell me. But that's what I would love to encourage you to do. Please, talk to your friends. Talk to all the folks who've been. Can I see a show of hands? How many people here in this room have been to Ireland? Oh my goodness. Okay, one. I see you. Two. Bernard is noting the ones who haven't. I know the travel budgets are not what they used to be. Tourism Ireland is here to facilitate, to bring you to Ireland. We want to host you. Our tourism industry partners in Ireland, like Carr Golf and Oliver McCann, we would love to bring you over to Ireland. We can help, we can defray your expenses. So all we can do is give you the warmest of invitations. We can also help you pitch those story ideas. Bernard has a wealth of knowledge. I don't have as much knowledge as he does, but I can certainly help. If any of the opportunities arise, if you think there's a story idea that you hear tonight, you want to develop, just let us know, we can work it through. And when you come to Ireland, there's lots of fun, it's not all work. The 19th hole, you've heard of the Irish 19th hole, right? Well, the food is amazing. If anybody wants to bring partners, we can organise suggestion itineraries for them. I know a lot of you have families, you're on the road a lot, and the last thing you need is another week away. But for example, I'll give you a few dates for your calendar. Go home tonight and talk to your significant others and your partners. So we have the Irish Open is going to be played at Photo Island in June of this year. It's in County Cork. It's located on the Wild Atlantic Way. Remember that name. It's a new product that's just been launched in Ireland. It's the most scenic, beautiful drive. Marino Parazenzo is here and he can attest. He wrote about it.
Oh, no.
He didn't realise.
Really?
Okay. He didn't realise he was ahead of his time. He wrote about it, he told me 20 years ago. And he said that Tralee was actually better than Pebble Beach. Now, the Wild Atlantic Way. Now we can start the debates. The Wild Atlantic Way stretches all the way from Donegal and the most northern tip, all the way down to County Cork, right down to Kinsale. And you've all heard about the famous links courses in Ireland. They're dotted all along the route, and it's spectacular. It's a 1,500-mile drive. We don't expect you to do it in one day, lads. We want you to take your time, jump off, experience, meet the people, immerse yourself in the culture. But the whole point is, come. Then, after 2014, we have the Irish Open is going to be played in Royal County Down in 2015. And again, you get the opportunity to experience the Giant's Causeway, the coastal route on the other side of the country. If any of you are Game of Thrones fans, which I see a few nods, there's a lot of the filming takes place in Ireland. The Red Wedding, one of the castles in Northern Ireland, has jumped on that bandwagon. They're inviting people over to have their wedding in Ireland, less the carnage, of course. Now, after that, we have an opportunity in 2007 that you can come, and it's going to be, the Irish Open is going to be played at Lough Erne, and that's a beautiful course in County Fermanagh. And you may recall that Rory McIlroy was associated with Lough Erne. So you can come and find out how those Irish champions tick, see where they played, where they grew up, what makes the home of the champions so special. And if you think this year that you might cover the British Open, our neighbours are very close. And again, as John did, he covered the British Open and their group came over to visit us immediately following. Again, it's an opportunity. We'd be very happy to facilitate and we'd love to host you. So just in a quick summary this evening, we have an active journalist assistance program. We have an online media room that Bernard and I populate with news, story ideas, images, press information. You can go as a group, you can go as an individual. We're there to help. Our consumer website is ireland.com. Please visit it, take a look. Take a look at the Wild Atlantic Way. Take a look at the Titanic experience that just opened in 2012. And it's already competing with the Guinness Storehouse in Dublin as the most visited attraction. That's no mean feat for a museum. So, please, there are no strangers in Ireland. There's friends you've yet to meet, and our warmest of welcomes will be waiting you when you come. Thank you very much.